Okay, so today is January 31st, and as you can see, I've cut the cabin top on, and I've run the carbon glued it on, with epoxy, and I ran the carbon fiber tape all around it on the outside. Same thing on the inside, though that's harder to see. So I gave it a coat of paint first, just to make it easier. Less painting in a confined space sort of thing later. So now that the epoxy is cured and everything, I got to give the sanding, and then I can give it a couple more coats of paint, and it'll be all set to go in there. And also did the cockpit, the seat backs or whatever for the cockpit, which are the coamings. And same sort of thing here, just taped it in with carbon fiber there. What I did was just used a clamp like this to pull it down up here, and then I used a couple of three little blocks that I beveled to the right angle, and then just screwed into here, just like I did the cabin top earlier. So this is glued in now. All this epoxy is cured, so I can pop those out. And all I do is just put butcher's wax on these blocks, so that once I unscrew them, they don't stick to the epoxy. They just come out of there okay. So these are really nice. They're super solid. It's a very nice angle, nice and comfortable. So I just have to finish deciding what I'm doing here, making some sort of a curve down here, and then of course rounding over these corners on here, and I might give it a little bit of a swoopy curve here, just a tiny bit. It's more or less a straight line right now, which of course is not eye appealing, so a little bit of curve to sort of maybe follow the edge of the line of the deck a bit more, which will be good. And then I'll just be wrapping epoxy and carbon fiber cloth basically right over the whole thing, down the inside, and then a little distance, couple inches out over the seat here. So this will all be covered in composite cloth material once I get all the edges all shaped the way I want, and that will be all set. So coming down the home stretch in a lot of ways, centerboard looks really good in there. I'm pleased with the way that is working. I took out the pulley mechanism I had because of the painting I was doing, but I can just throw that in once all that's done again. The other thing I did today was pick up the spars. So these are the carbon fiber spars for the boat. This is the main mast right here. I got these. These were made at Forte carbon spars in Ledyard, Connecticut. They're really good. I bought masts and things from them before, so these are great because there's this is like super light. This thing weighs almost nothing, but really strong. So it's roughly 3 inches on the bottom, and tapered to roughly 2 to 2¼ inches or so up here at the top. So this is the main mast. This is the main boom right here. This piece. This is the mizzen mast here, which is about 2 inches on the inside down there, and tapers to about 1 5/8 on the outside up here on this end. And that piece that you maybe can just make out down there, that's the mizzen boom. And these last two things, these are the oar shafts for the oars that I'm going to be making. So these will be nice and lightweight as well. So I think they basically weave these. They've got strands of pre-impregnated carbon fiber, and they're weaving them together on a big mandrel over a aluminum tube or whatever, and then they strap it down super tight, bake it, and then pop it off the tube. And yeah, then they just clean these up a little bit for me. Sort of pre-sanded them, pre-smoothed them down so that I can paint them They will paint them for you if you want, but that's the sort of thing I can do. And I haven't really decided what I was going to do as far as paint and color and everything yet. So decided just to go with it like this. But yeah, these are really good. Very excited about that. So, and then I've got another company. So we took on my way back home from picking these up, I stopped by a machine shop that I've used a lot in the past, Promoco Manufacturing in West Haven, Connecticut, and they're making the plastic bushings for me that will go into the tubes here. So like this is the one for the mizzen mast, and it'll be sitting inside this tube. There'll be a little plastic bushing between the mast and the tube on the top and the bottom of this, so that I can rotate the mast and furl the sail. So that's the idea with that. So, oh yeah, and then this is probably be bending this over, this is just another piece of foam material. I'll probably be bending this over the cabin and epoxying this down and then covering this with carbon fiber tape also, just as a prevent water or spray from drifting off into the cabin space. And I might, not really sure yet, but I might put like a short version of this sort of down here somewhere on the cabin top on either side as like a handrail, something just to grab onto if I need it. Not really sure about that yet, but yeah.